Today we are in Niskayuna, New York, and Wes and Jason have already gotten started on our pit because today we are starting a new Pondless Waterfall. And you know what I like about Pondless Waterfalls is people really get just as much enjoyment out of the whole waterfall thing and everything, but they don't have the care of a pond. I personally have a pond. I love ponds, but if you're a busy person and you're going to travel a lot, Pondless Waterfalls are just a great way to go because there's virtually no maintenance. Your pump is on a remote control and it's just super easy to take care of. So let's go check out and see what Wes and Jason have already got started. All right, so Jason is cutting the underlayment. The underlayment is what protects our liners from any harm, any sharp ground. Actually, they have done a really good job of digging the pit out back because there isn't any sharp objects, but we brought a whole load of sand with us just in case there is, because that's like a loam sand that packs really well, and that's going to be an extra protection if we need it. So Jason is actually cutting two. Jay, why don't you tell me why you're cutting two? Because it's very important that we protect the liner, but why are you cutting two pieces?
I'm cutting two pieces because the pit is wider right now than one width of this, which is 7.5 feet, but I'm actually going to be cutting 4 rather than 2 because we like protecting underneath the liner, and then on top of the liner we lay them aqua blocks on there, and we like to protect the liner from the aqua blocks as well. Even though they're not really sharp, why take chances?
Well, especially in our freeze-thaw cycle, it's a great idea for what Jason's saying about cutting the extra underlayment, because in our freeze-thaw cycle, you're going to get that movement.
Sure.
And that's just part of the nature of it when you're in upstate New York. So on the side of caution, we always double up the underlayment. We also do the best we can to help protect the lawn. This ground's really hard. We got a dry week, thank God, because lately all we've been dealing with is wet weather. But the end of last week and all of this week is dry, so this will allow us to get this in without making a total mess finally. So Wes and Jason are making some really good time this morning. They already got our Pondless Pit dug out. Wes already dry fitted it. We got our vault in. Our vault foot has to be lower than the aqua block so you can get your maximum suction out of your pump for your pump. And the way we calculate how much water storage we're going to need is we take the length of the stream, figure out what our pooling areas are going to be, and then we multiply it times 2. So that way the pit is meant to run at half full. So as you turn it on and off, when this all flows out, it'll capture the right amount of water and be in there. So when you start it up again, your pumps aren't starving for water. Okay, so today is waterfall day. All the Pondless Pit is in. We've got the vault, the aqua blocks, and we got all this sand in yesterday. Actually, Wes and Jason got all that sand in there. And we are going to start taking this pile of rocks and building a Pondless waterfall with that. So it's time to start setting rock, carving out the stream areas, and just see what we can create from here. We set our first 3 wear rocks down below into the Pondless Pit. Now we're starting to carve this stream out. What we did is we flopped that liner back. We're going to backfill it halfway so we still have room for gravel and water. And then we're building our next step right here. This is fresh fill. Ran on it with the excavator, but Wes has given it a tamping just to make sure that nothing moves. All right, just so we can safely move these boulders, because quite honestly, they're just way too heavy for us anymore. Because we're getting old, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Wes, do you want to handle these by hand?
Not today.
I don't either. Used to be a lot more ambitious, I guess, than we are now. So anyway, we use rock straps, which not only safely moves them into the spot we want, but it also doesn't scar the rocks up. You could use like a thumb or something like that's on over there, but we would rather use rock straps so everybody is safe, Because at the end of the day, we all need to go home. One of the things that seems to happen more times than not is once we start building and we see what the rocks have to offer, we pre-cut a piece of liner, but it's a little short. So what we're going to do right now is seam it. Because we have this really cool falls that's going to go on here, we want to be able to put one more rock behind there. But if we do that, our liner is just way too close. So we're going to seam a piece on that's about 4 foot long and give us that comfort level that we need to continue to build on this waterfall. All right, so Jason is measuring for this piece of liner. Wes has got one end, Jason's got the other. I'm not sure who's got the end that makes a difference, but you?
Who crossed it?
Anyway, so what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to seam this piece on. So we got this piece of underlayment, or this roll of underlayment under there just to help give us a straight edge. And then that way they can put this 6-inch cover tape over there, and it's just going to give us that little extra that we need. All right, right now we already have, well actually Jason has, and Wes has, the seam tape. And we've already primed it, which just priming just makes the surface really sticky. The liner's clean, and now we're just rolling this out and pressing it as you go. You go a little bit at a time just to make sure you get no air bubbles, because it's important to have a watertight seal. Alright, so this Pondless Waterfall is equipped with a 4,000 to 8,000 adjustable pump. Right now we're running on number 10, and let's see what it looks like when we go down to number 1. You can tell by the different pitch of the water, it's much quieter. And up here you can see what the difference in the flow is, and then we'll gear it back up. You go slow, so the nice part about this is you can adjust it to whatever sound level or flow you might want. That's what's really nice about having an adjustable pump. Alright, so that's a wrap on this Pondless Waterfall. It fit perfectly into this area with that nice expansive deck. They got a lot of sitting area, and they can view this from any part of the back of the house or the deck. So if you like this sort of thing, please hit the subscribe button, follow us along. We got a lot of great projects coming up for 2021, and check out all the stuff in the past. You all have a great time. Enjoy your families. See y'all soon.